All right. I think we're here. We're going to give people just a couple seconds to sign on. All right, cool. We are here. Okay. Well, hey, everyone. Thanks for being here. If you're catching the replay, I'm glad you're here too. And I'm just going to introduce us and what we're here to share with you today. I'm Suzie Bauer. I'm a nutritional therapy practitioner and a 21-day sugar detox coach, and also the owner of the Tasty Remedy in Arlington, Washington. And today I have my really awesome friend, Amber Moore, here. And Amber Moore is over in Chelan, Washington, and she is a registered Yoga Alliance instructor, and she owns Yoga Pravaha in Chelan. So welcome, Amber.
Thank you.
So glad you're here with me. So together together, we are hosting the Elemental Harmony Retreat in October, and we'll be sharing a little bit more about that later on in the broadcast. But today, we're just going to be sharing with you how you can build a healthy root to the earth with the grounding elements that are based in nutrition, mindfulness, and movement. So, Amber, will you help explain to everyone the element of earth and what that means for us?
Okay, so just keeping it simple for today, kind of words that come to mind when it comes to the earth is grounding, stability, stillness, and of course, rooted. Within those, we think of grounding and calming, the energy of the earth, rooting down, kind of finding ourselves and really finding that foundation. But also thinking of the energy as like our bones, our connective tissue, and our muscles. So with the combination of mindfulness and movement as well as nutrition, just tapping into those and really truly finding your root.
Awesome. That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. Great. So let's get back to that mindfulness and movement part of that. So how can we support our bodies in that way to create this healthy rootedness for ourselves?
Yes. So of course, in mindfulness, we can think that in two folds. Obviously, the movement as far as asana or postures in yoga, or just simply moving throughout our days, but also mindfulness in daily meditation. One of my favorite Zen proverbs is you should sit in meditation for 20 minutes every day, unless you're too busy, and then you should sit for an hour. In the sense of that, obviously, we all live very busy lives, and even just taking a simple 5 minutes where you can sit alone and find quietness helps you to ground down, find the earth, find your root, and just start understanding a deeper version of yourself. Daily meditation, even if it is truly 5 minutes, or if you have time to sit for several hours, it's up to you. Obviously helps with reducing stress. It's a practice of self-awareness and self-acceptance, which truly leads into self-love and self-care, which is the utmost important thing for us in order to care and love for others. It also has benefits into our cardiovascular and our immune systems. I know that Susie is going to talk about that when it comes to nutrition, especially finding our root in our nutrition, in our immune system, and the importance of that. And then getting into mindfulness movement, obviously we move around our days, we have all of the different things that we do, but two yoga practices that I practice on a weekly basis are yin and restorative. And yin and restorative really, when I think of restorative, it's scrumptious, you're all bolstered up, you've got blankies, it's dark room, you've got eye pillows, it's great. But then getting into yin, very similar in the sense that you're holding your postures for longer. So you're not just tapping into, the foundation of yoga of building strength and building mobility. But it's also allowing you to surrender to who you are and accepting what that is. Whether it be, as simple as, oh, I'm flexible more today on my left side than I am on my right side. Or maybe it's on a deeper level of not just the mindfulness of your body, but the mindfulness of your inner self, and really caring for that and loving on yourself. So that's just kind of my quick little 2-minute ideal of what mindfulness movement is when it comes to grounding and finding the earth beneath you. So
That's awesome. Restorative is got to be one of my favorite things to do. It's
yes.
like going to a sleepover with all of your friends.
Yes. great music, and it's just amazing. So
That's awesome. Yeah. So really just what I'm taking from this is like just noticing where you're at and honoring that. Yep. And not worrying about whether it was better or worse than any other time that you came to the mat.
Yes. Well, and you say to the mat, and it's so funny. I've personally been practicing yoga for about 12 years, and I'm a very competitive person. So when you see me outside of the yoga studio or a yoga class, I'm always gearing for, to be the winner, if you will. And yoga really brings me to my mat, but also within myself. And with that, it's also helped me to move off my mat and continuing looking inward. So not just living the yogic lifestyle on the mat and practicing your asana or meditation, but also being mindful of being rooted and helping others to root down and hold space for them, essentially. And it's just an amazing experience. So
that's wonderful. Yeah. Bringing it off the mat into your normal life. Yes. Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And for anybody that's joining us here today, if you have any questions for Amber or myself, just please chime in with your comments. Hopefully we will see them and we can answer them. But if we do miss your comment, not to worry, we'll take care of it after we're done chatting with you here today. So I'm going to get into the nutrition side of things and supporting this root, this element of earth in our bodies. And like Amber talked about, the immune system, our immune health is really a big component here, as well as thinking about our adrenal glands. And our adrenal glands are really what is responsible for our sense of security, protection, and same with our immune system. Our immune system is there to protect our body from foreign invaders. And so we want to be making sure that we are really honoring that in our body and protecting our immune system. As well as our adrenal glands. And these two, while they may seem completely different, different aspects of the body, they are so tied together because they really do come back to that sense of protection of our body. So if we want to think back to like a more primitive time, our adrenal glands were really what was firing us up and providing us with the energy to run away from the scary animal that's chasing us. And so, our bodies really have not changed much over thousands and thousands of years. And we need to, honor that. Now our bodies don't really understand the difference between being chased by a wild animal or having a bad commute to work or having a bad day at work. The stress inside our body is the same. So we want to honor that for ourselves and support our bodies with ways to keep those systems in our body functioning properly. And the immune system and the adrenal glands. So, if you're dealing with a high stress life, who really isn't for the most part? Yeah. And so we're dealing with this high stress. And then what happens? We get sick a lot. We get sick really often. We're not taking care of ourselves. And so then this, heavy immune response that's happening, or even really poor immune response that's happening in our body where we're not really able to get over a sickness or anything like that. That poor immune response then triggers high stress. So we have this circle that just keeps going between the two of them. And so they really do work together. Another thing to consider too is, Amber brought this up too, is our physical structure. That is a big part of what stabilizes us, obviously. So thinking about our DNA, our bones, our tissue, all of these things that are there to support our bodies. And we know that to support a healthy body and structurally, we can't ignore protein, making sure we're getting adequate sources of protein, whether it's animal or vegetable, making sure that we are getting those sources of protein in their complete form so that we can actually utilize them to give us healthy, strong bones, healthy tissue, all of that. So, we've got these emotional stress, the physical stress, all of these things that are happening. Physical stress, we can't ignore things like overtraining. That can happen a lot, especially for those of us that are a little more competitive than others. Physical stress is a big thing from overtraining. So just, keeping track of that in your life. If you find yourself hitting the wall in a workout, that could be a sign that you need to back off for your body's health. So, but to support these systems in our body, it's really about turning to real food, the food that is as close to its real form, whole form as possible. And that is going to be really supportive of a healthy immune system and adrenal glands. So I could go on and on forever on that stuff, but I guess that's really what our retreat is for, right? To be helping everybody with this on a grander scale, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great. So we do want to share with you a little bit about our retreat that's coming up in October. We're going to be gathering together October 18th through the 21st. And this is going to be near Chelan, Washington. So this is central. Do we call this central Washington?
Yeah, it's central Washington.
Or eastern Washington?
Yes.
It's on the other side of the mountains from me. That's really, you know, where I'm at with this stuff. So
more sunshine, beautiful lake, you know.
Yes, exactly. And speaking of beautiful lake, we have an amazing view of Lake Chelan from this house. Oh my gosh. I can see us out there every morning with our tea, our coffee, water, what have you, just staring at this beautiful lake. I'm so excited to be there and share this time. And we are going to be really focusing on all these elements, elements of the world, the earth, the earth element, fire, air, and water, to really help support our bodies from a holistic standpoint and how they can all work together in harmony with one another. So we are open and ready to receive you. And we have space for 8 wonderful women that are ready to de-stress, take back their health, and really do something great for themselves. So many of you women out there are doing everything for everybody else except for yourself. And this is the time to really. So we have private and shared rooms available, you know, so there's options for everybody. And Amber, what is there anything else you want to share about this super awesome retreat we've got coming up?
Well, for those of you who've been to Chelan, you know what I'm talking about. For those that haven't, come join us. It's amazing. It's amazing with just a, you know, little trip over the mountains, or maybe you're flying, maybe you're driving from elsewhere, but just coming here, grounding down, finding the earth and your roots. Like Suzie said, tapping into all the elements. We're just really using those to just move through and understand a deeper understanding of our bodies, how they work, how we can help them work to their optimal health. I can't think of anything else other than what I'll add next week. So
yeah, I'm so excited about this. And so we're going to be sharing with you each week for several weeks, actually, just a little bit more about how to tap into these elements for your health, and any questions that you have along the way about the retreat or about these elements. We'd love to help you out and get to know you better. So thank you so much. We're going to see you again next week. You'll be able to get notification of when we're going to do this again. And we had a lot of fun. I had fun with you, Amber.
Yay!
I always have fun with you.
First time being live today.
Yes, this is a big deal. All right, everyone.
Brushed my hair. Yeah.
I know. You look wonderful. This is amazing. So I'm so excited to be able to spend this time with you, and then all the wonderful women that are going to be joining us in October. I'm so excited for this event. So, all right, everyone, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.